Hi, welcome to the south coast of Western Australia. And I'm walking through a piece of bush here, which is very undisturbed, is natural. It hasn't seen fire for a long time, which is really unusual in this country. Like fire, most of Western Australia, the southwest, is burnt on a rotation of 6 to 10 years, and some a little bit longer, 15 years, but most of it is burnt on a regular basis. When you look at the trees here, you see that there is no scorch marks or very old scorch marks, and the younger trees, the thinner trees, are virtually unblemished. So this, when you look here along this track, you see tall Kerry hazel, and because there is light here, there is growth. You know, like all these understory scrubs can't grow tall because there is light. When we actually walk into the bush, we see a different story. It thins out. There is some undergrowth here, but it is quite sparse. Let's have a look at the leaf layer. Like, according to government documents, the leaf layer accumulates at so many tons per hectare. Can't remember the correct figure in Jarrah Merry Forest. And when we look down here at this leaf litter here, there is actually very little. It's not even an inch. See, there's soil underneath. And when I pick up some, it is rich. It is humus. You can see there, there's my mycorrhizal fungi there, growing on little bits of wood. And I'll dig it up, and it's beautiful. It's rich. And this is the food for fungi, for microorganisms, for the plants which grow here. It feeds life. It feeds the earth. Fallen log here, an ancient tree. I wonder how long ago it fell. Full of life. Drosera mosses. We are approximately 1 kilometer from the previous site, from the long unburnt country, and here we are on a block which was burnt by the department on the 10th of October last year, and it was previously burnt in 1989. Maybe we go and have a look at this and see what sort of life it has got. So this is the edge of the bush, and we'll slowly walk in and see what we can see. Burnt trunks. And when you look on, so this is the edge. The edge was burnt first. When we have a look how the scorch mark was, I would say it's about 4 meters, because like why it was not 7 meters is because either the conditions were, like I was here at this burn, and the conditions were reasonable. The flames didn't get up into the canopy, or hardly. But because there was little fuel here, that's why the flames didn't get up high. I would say that's my take on it. Here you can see that here is one tree which went over and burnt completely. Ash and coffee rock, lots of charcoal. Here's another tree which didn't make it, came down in the fire. See, there was a hollow butt, girdled by previous fire, and just the last little bit, and it didn't make it, it went over. So that is what happens to a lot of the trees. Like, they get a fire. Look at this one here. See, they get a fire, the base burns, and there's I shouldn't be standing here. This tree has got hardly any wood left. Look at that. I don't think another fire, it will stand another fire. It was not a high intensity fire. It fared a lot better. There's kangaroos here. Look, there's some kangaroo poo. I can't see any diggings of little marsupials. And you can see there's greenery coming, because nature wants to cover itself. Like nature, the planet does not want to be bare. So after a fire, there's a huge growth, which covers the land. But boy, this is so different, isn't it, from what we've just seen. Look, and here you can see, like, of course, opening up the landscape like this leaves an open route for foxes. It leaves an open route for weeds to establish, and what's more, it leaves an open route for humans. See? Somebody has been cutting firewood in here, because it's easy access, easy to get in here. And I've walked through this block. I've traversed it from side to side, and there is firewood cutting going on everywhere. Starting to rain now. Now this is one of the biggest trees I've ever seen in this area. This is, or tree, the remains, I would say. Like this must be 1-2 meters across. And I would say it's a Mary. No, not eucalyptus, Corymbia calophylla. And the remains of this tree is there on the ground. Here's another giant. It's raining now. Here's another giant. And when we look at what is happening to the base of this tree, it's painful. Look, there's just a shell left. You can look right through the crack. So as you can see, there is here no habitat for marsupials. Like there's no place for them to hide. So if foxes, wildcats get in here and there is a quokka or a bandicoot in here, they've got no chance. They've got no chance. And here's an area which has been burnt quite severely. See, that has gone right up into the treetop. You can see all the epicormic growth, which is very much weaker than the original growth. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that this has to happen, especially to this long unburnt country, you know, like 30-something years, and it sets it back for decades to re-establish itself, to reform, to get its balance back. Takes a long time to actually be a place where marsupials can live again, if they ever get back here.